Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know that for some reason my mic wasn't working when I recorded this live, so the audio might sound a little echoey. I don't know how that happened. I made sure everything worked before I hopped on, but it happens. Hopefully, this is the last time it happens, but enjoy the video.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm going pretty late with this live. Originally, I was supposed to do this like at 6 p.m., but like I had some audio issues. Like my mic was just completely dead, so I couldn't go on live because I had a bad mic. So there's some things that I want to talk about during this live. Um, the first thing I want to talk about is the Suns have had a bad week with injuries. Like at this point, I feel like I'm being a jinx because I keep making videos and I keep saying once the Suns are healthy, we're gonna go on a run. But every time we do that, someone gets hurt. Like legit, the first game back, we see Devin Booker getting hurt in the first quarter against the. I'm already forgetting who we played in the first game back. Who did we play in the first game back, guys? I don't remember at all. Let me check real quick. The Spurs. Yeah. I can't believe he got hurt right away, like in the first quarter against the Spurs. And I was looking forward to that game too. I was like, oh, like we're gonna have Grayson Allen back, Devin Booker, Jalen Green. Like it's gonna be a good game. And then of course, Devin Booker gets hurt in the first 5 minutes. And low key, I was like everybody else, and I was low key like, oh, maybe he just has food poisoning because he did come back during that second quarter. But obviously, after playing like 2 minutes, he went back to the locker room and he never came back out. And then in the next game, obviously against the Magic, Brooks and then Goodwin got hurt. So that's just like three injuries right there. And then randomly, Grayson Allen started popping up with an ankle sprain, and we all thought like that was like he'll be back normal again. But now he's showing up again as questionable with right knee soreness or something, or injury management for his right knee and ankle. It's just, man, these injuries are just piling up on the Suns, and we just don't have enough bodies yet to like make up for that. Like, do we really want to see Isaiah Livers taking over those minutes? I don't. I'd rather see Fleming or Malawatch and Ryan Dunn take those minutes than Isaiah Livers. But it also sucks too because the Suns did sign Haywood Highsmith, and like low key, I thought he was gonna come back like after like I don't know 5 games from like post All-Star break. But Gamble did report that like he's gonna be out for a couple weeks with that injury he's been dealing with all season. So that kind of sucked to hear, but I guess that signing was mostly for next year, not this year. And I still think like it was a really good signing. Like I really do think Haywood Highsmith would be a big help to this team. But it just sucks because like right now we need somebody like him. You know what I mean? And but like by the end of the day, at least we have Ryan Dunn and Fleming to look forward to. We saw both of them in the Portland game, and I was kind of surprised that people were already kind of going against Ryan Dunn after that game. Like I saw people saying like, oh, like I'm giving up on Ryan Dunn, like he just hasn't grown enough offensively, and then some people just didn't like his defense in that game. And like I understand where they're coming from, but I also think they need to remember that they're on a back-to-back where they played a game before in double OT. Like, just give my boy Ryan Dunn like a little, a little break. Just let's just see what happens. Give him some time, because I really think Ryan Dunn could be an important piece to this team, just like everybody else. Of course, we all think he can be an important piece, but like, I'm really hoping he takes advantage of these next 15 games with no Dillon Brooks, because this is his time to shine. Like if he plays really good, they'll take Royce out of the starting lineup and have him start next to Dillon Brooks. He could be the starting four. But like that first game was not the best showing, and then we also got Rasheer Fleming minutes. I love that, but I think with Rasheer Fleming, they need to take away some minutes from Isaiah Livers. Like, come on, guys. Like, we do not care about Isaiah Livers. Give my boy Rasheer Fleming some of those minutes from Livers. Like, I don't even think Livers should be getting that much playing time. Like, give all his minutes to Rasheer Fleming. That's what we need. And it just sucks that Dillon Brooks is going to be out for, I think Shams reported today, 4 to 6 weeks. And I think that means he's basically going to be out until like mid-March. And like, so it's mid-March if it's 4 weeks. And then if it's 6 weeks, it's early April. So he would only play like a couple games before the playoffs. And, you know, that's a big deal, especially for a Suns team that's like pretty close in the playing race with the Warriors. And they still have a little bit of a chance if like they're really going to run to be a top 4 seed. But again, guys, like these injuries are just stacking up. The Suns just don't have enough offensive weapons to make up for all these losses. Like Book, Brooks, and Grayson Allen are really important to the Suns' offense. Like, I legit feel like if Grayson Allen was able to play that Portland game, that game would have been way closer. Like, the Suns would not have lost by like 13 points or whatever it was. Like, because Grayson Allen is like our best 3-point shooter. Like, that man has made like a really good offensive leap this season. And then I know like some of us can get really annoyed with Brooks just because he doesn't make that extra pass when somebody's open. Like, we've seen those videos of Brooks not making that extra pass when Book is open. But Brooks still has been an important offensive weapon for this team. And Book, you know, I don't have to say much about him. We know he's one of the best players on this team. What else did I want to talk about? I did want to talk about Malawach's performance in the Portland game. I thought he played really good. You know, he played his role. He was defending his ass off. And, you know, he did score some points. And him and Rasheer Fleming were were the only 2 people that had like the best plus minus in that game. So those are like the only pluses, I think. And then I did want to talk about Jalen Green's performance so far as the first option. So some people so far like are not enjoying Jalen Green's performance as the first option. And like I could definitely, you know, see their point of view, especially with like his bad efficiency. This man has not been shooting well at all. But, you know, I think by the end of the day we need to give him a little bit of slack. Yeah, see, Joey, I agree too. We just got to give him a break. And by the end of the day, guys, like Jalen Green was brought to the Suns to be a second option. I wouldn't really judge him too much playing first option hoops. I told somebody in the comments to one of my TikTok videos that I think I'll come with a conclusion after I get to see Jalen Green play with Devin Booker more. Just because Devin Booker does give him more space to operate. And plus, Jalen Green did play with Grayson Allen in the Magic game, so he did have some 3-point shooters in that game. But I just feel like Devin Booker is going to open Jalen Green up way more and make his game so much easier to translate in a game. So I wouldn't judge him too much yet. Like, we need to wait to see him play next to Book for a long period of time. Like, we need to remember that Devin Booker and Jalen Green have not played together that much this season. Yeah, that's what I got to say about Jalen Green with his first option hoops. Like, by the end of the day, someone has to shoot. And I'm happy that it's Jalen Green because, you know, he's been out all season. And we finally get to see what he can do with the ball. He's definitely been having some bad midi shots, but I respect it. We'll see if it falls when Book comes in. There's one more thing I want to talk about with you guys. So how do we feel about the Suns for the next couple weeks? Like, are you guys excited to see how this team looks with the rookies playing? Or are you guys kind of like doom and gloom and just waiting for the Suns to slowly go down in the play-in? What are you guys thinking? Yeah, I think they still have a chance. Yeah, I still think they have a chance, Joey. I think, honestly, like, we just need one of our rookies to just, like, make a little leap. And that one person that I think can make a leap has to be Fleming. Like, I'm just waiting for him to just, like, start hitting threes consistently and start making more defensive plays out there. Ooh, Lacey with the hot take. I'm excited for the rookies, but I think we're going to be slightly below 500. Oof, that would be like bad case scenario right there. But I definitely think the Suns can at least be around 45 wins, I think. At least around there. For me right now, I'm not all doom and gloom. I would be if we didn't have the rookies. I feel like if we didn't have Malwatch and Fleming, I would easily be like, we're terrible. We're going to be cooked the whole rest of the last 20-something games. But with Rasheer Fleming and Malwatch, like, you never know what to expect from them. And I feel like both of them kind of had a really good performance in the Portland game. So I'm really hoping Rasheer Fleming just, like, becomes consistent out of nowhere, I'm hoping he could be that 36% three-point shooter that this team needs. I'm hoping that he could, like, just get a couple more rebounds and just be consistent on defense, I don't expect him to be, like, a defensive menace or be, like, prime Danny Green or something. I just want him to be, like, all right at least. And I think if he's just all right, this team will be way better. Lacey with another hot take. I hate to say it, but I think Fleming might be better than Ryan. Lacey, I have thought about that sometimes. I definitely have thought about that sometimes. More coffee, less livers from Steve-O. I also agree with that take. I think during that Portland game, I saw, like, a lot of creation from Coffee that I was surprised to see. I know for the Clippers, like, he was doing that, but, I just didn't expect them to keep doing that on the Suns. It's just tough with Fleming and Ryan Dunn. Like, I want to keep giving Ryan Dunn these chances just because I do think, like, he's going through, like, a sophomore slump. Like, I definitely think he just needs to break out of this, like, little funk that he's in. I mean, he was consistent for, like, a month with his three-point shooting. So, it's just tough. Like, because even Jordan Goodwin has been better than him this season. And we didn't think Jordan Goodwin was going to be this good this season. Like, we all wanted, I forgot his name already, but I think his name Jordan something. We all wanted him over Jordan Goodwin. You know what I mean? It's just tough because we all expected Ryan Dunn to make that leap this season. Josh said, bruh, what happened? They let the Blazers stop them to only 70 points. I know, Josh. That was pretty sad. But, by the end of the day, it was a back-to-back. They went to double OT for the first game against the Magic, and they had no Grayson Allen, just Jalen Green out there. Yeah, I just think, like, by end of the day, like, Dunn needs to show some type of improvement in these last, like, 15 games, 20-plus games, just to show, like, he just needs to be more consistent. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Joey said, we're cooked for playoffs for real. I don't think the Suns are cooked for the playoffs. I think they still have a good, gritty team that can at least get someone to, like, 6 games, But I will agree with you, Joey. It's going to be tough when we're in the play-in and, like, we have to play against, like, the Warriors to see who gets the 7th seed. And then if we lose that game, we have to play against Portland or whoever's in the 10th seed now. Like, it's going to be tough. The play-in is pretty tough if you're, like, the 7th or 8th seed. If the season ended today, the Suns would play the Spurs. Do you think they can get a couple games off? Well, the Suns have been playing the Spurs pretty good this season. Like, I was there for the first Spurs game they had against, like, where Wemby basically had, like, 6 points and, like, barely anything else. Like, Jordan Goodwin stopped that man, basically. That was a crazy game. I think they would play pretty solid against the Spurs, especially because I think that would be the Spurs' first playoff series. I obviously think the Spurs are good enough to beat the Suns, but I think the Suns can at least take it to 6 games, Yeah, I think they would have a chance to beat the Spurs, Lacey. I agree. Joey said, yeah, bruh, because I feel like we can't beat Portland or Warriors. I don't know. I feel Portland's really good healthy. I think Portland's pretty good healthy too, but Danny has been dealing with some back issues. So I think the Suns would at least have a chance to beat them, you know? And then the Warriors, I definitely agree with the Warriors. I feel like we've won one game against them, right, guys? Or we haven't won a game at all? If I had to guess, I don't think we've won a game at all. Because I think this is what's wrong with the Suns when they play against the Warriors. They just don't have anybody that can really defend the Warriors that good when they're doing like what is it called when they have a center that can shoot. Oh, when I'm guarding that. Like I don't blame Mark Williams because by the end of the day that man's more of a drop down defender or whatever it's called. And then Oso's good, but like the Suns are still playing with Oso, who's not a 3-point shooter or a threat to shoot a midi. So like the Warriors just for some reason they just have the Suns number, and some of those games were without Steph. This is crazy. I don't know why the Suns keep losing to them. And the Suns had like a 14-point lead in the last game they played against them. That was just a sad ending. Worst collapse I've ever seen from the Suns. Well, never mind. We also saw the Hawks game. That one was really bad. Lacey said we should have traded Nick Richards for Jalen Smith and play him at the 4. So when I made that video about Jalen Smith, like for the Suns, like should the Suns trade for Jalen Smith? When I made that video, I saw a lot of Bulls fans talking about how Jalen Smith is not good at the 4. And they were also saying like he can't really like he'll hit his threes, but he just doesn't have the speed to really guard out the perimeter. Joseph said should have traded for Portis. Sometimes I just go back on Bobby Portis too. Portis, I don't know. I know he's having a really good season from shooting from 3, but I just don't know if he still has it, defensively. Like he's doing fine on a Bucks team that like has nobody. But would he fit on the Suns? Probably. I mean, he does have like that dog in him, but from all I've seen from Bucks fans is that he's not the same player he was. He doesn't really defend at all. And I always see Bucks fans being mad about Bobby Portis's shot selection. They're always like, "Dang, Bobby, can you stop shooting?" That always cracks me up. Joey talked about low-key trade Kobe Bria and a few second-round picks for Giannis. I mean, Giannis tried to recoup. I did see that video of Giannis trying to talk to Book at the All-Star game. That was funny. I thought he was gonna like just bring. I thought like they were gonna say. I thought like, that was just a funny video. I don't even know what to say about that video for real. It was a good one. Carbasa, what do you think our record's gonna be now? All these injuries. So I talked about it earlier. I think the Suns' ceiling this season is just gonna be the 7th seed. To be honest, I just think they're gonna be in the play-in. There's just too many injuries to the injuries just stacked up on them. They just don't have enough offensive creators. I know some people want Cole Anthony to basically hoop for this team right now, but it looks like they're not going to bring him in. I mean, if they didn't bring him in for the Portland game, I doubt they're going to bring him in for any other game. I'm guessing that the whole Cole Anthony situation is mostly just for cap reasons or something. I wouldn't be surprised if Cole Anthony gets waived in 5 or 10 games, so just so Cole Anthony could get some money, and then once they waive him, they're going to give that spot to Boué or Livers or something. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think by the end of the day, they're going to be a 7th seed. There's just too many injuries stacking up on them. I think they're going to be solid enough with these last 20-plus games. I think they'll be above 500. I think they'll at least be 2 games over 500. We should re-sign Jared Butler. I think he could be a good shot creator behind Colin. I don't think I would bring Jared Butler in. I think I would just keep the team as it is now and just see what they can do, you know? Because we're taking minutes away from players that we want to see develop. Like, I'd rather see Rasheer Fleming out there. Like, give me a Colin, Rasheer Fleming, Malawach, Oso, and then maybe Bowie at the 2. Give me that type of lineup. Let me see some development, baby. Dun 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 dun. All right, guys. I am gonna post this on YouTube. People are probably gonna tell me that I was talking too quick. I'm sorry, guys. You know, this is my like second live now. Hopefully, I get better over time. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before I dip? Dun 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 dun. Face reveal. You know, I've been thinking about that. I think I'll do a face reveal once I get like 1,000 subs on YouTube. That's my plan. Trade Grayson Allen. Nah, I love that guy. I mean, it does suck that he's always injured, but I still love that guy. Dun 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 dun. Trade Royce. I think they would definitely trade Royce in the offseason, though. Yeah, they'll probably get some assets. I think they could at least get like 2 second-round picks for Royce. Dun 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dun dun dun. I'm just scrolling through the comments real quick. Mm-hmm. Dun 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 dun. I feel like Kobe Bria won't be with the Suns in the next year or two. Yeah, Lacey, I gotta agree with you. I feel like I'm really surprised Kobe Bria hasn't gotten like any chances. Like, I was thinking about it today. I was like, why didn't they play Kobe Bria in that Portland game? They really needed someone that could just hit threes. I know he's hasn't played a single like important minute this season, but like, why not give him a little chance to see what he can do, you know? And like, Kobe Bria just would have been, he would have made at least 1 3. I feel like he probably would have been 1 for 5, but he would have made a 3. That's better than most of the Suns shooting that game. Like that, I think the only people that made threes in that Portland game were like Rasheer Fleming and Malawach. Yeah, I do think Jalen Green has been rushing himself a little bit, but I mentioned like earlier, I just feel like Jalen Green first option hoops, like we should just be patient and just accept like he's gonna keep trying to create for himself and try to get others involved, you know. But I wouldn't judge him too much. He's just doing what he can with as first option. Uh, I just think Devin Booker, like once he comes back, like he won't be playing like this, you know. I just feel like he'll be way more efficient. Yeah, that man 3 in the corner was just insane. Like I didn't expect that from him at all. I wonder like if they're gonna play him again for tomorrow's game against the Celtics, and he'll be like our first center that can make like 2 threes this season. I know Mark Williams made 1, so it would just be funny because Mark Williams has played like so many minutes in so many games this season, and then Malwatch just comes over here and just makes 2 threes like nothing. Yeah, I agree. You know, Joey, I remember when Bouye first got like minutes in the rotation, I was kind of surprised. I was just like, how come they didn't give that to Kobe Bria? But we're not really there for the practices or whatever, so who knows? Maybe Kobe Bria hasn't showed enough, and maybe the Suns just want somebody that can kind of create for themselves. Because Bouye does have some game, you know. He does have that little floater that he makes sometimes. He does drive to the rim. But it's been weird, though. He hasn't been shooting his threes as much. What's up, Muhammad? Go Suns, baby. What's up, Arturo? How's it going, baby? Wow, everybody's popping in now. I'm sorry, guys. I was going to go live at 6, I swear. But stuff went down with my mic, so I couldn't go live at that time. How's it going, Arturo? So here are some of the things we've been talking about so far. Suns have had a bad week with injuries. They can't depend on Highsmith to come back because he's out for like 3 weeks or most of the season maybe. And then we talked about, can Ryan Dunn or Fleming make the leap to make this team more dangerous and go on a little run? We also talked about, should the Suns stop playing livers? I think they should, and just give all those minutes to Ryan Dunn and Fleming just to see how they play, you know? We also talked about how some Suns fans were getting annoyed with Ryan Dunn for the Portland game. I just don't think people should have been mad at Ryan Dunn for that game. Like, come on, guys. Like, they just played a 2 OT the night before. Like, give my boy some slack. We also talked about Rasheed Fleming and Malach's performance in the Portland game. And then we've also been talking about how Jalen Green's performance so far is the first option. Some people don't like his first option hoops right now, but let's give him some time. And I just think he'll fit better as the second option next to Book. And then we also talked about, how do we feel about the Suns for the next couple weeks? Yeah, Mohammed, I'm the same. I want more man-man minutes. I'm not sure. I think this did happen. I think they gave Oso minutes at the 4 with Malwatch at the 5, I think. Yeah, I agree with you. It does feel like Fleming is rushing out there. He needs to slow down just a little bit and just relax. He's like when I see Fleming sometimes, he's playing like hot potato with the ball. Like, as soon as he grabs it, he just passes it right away to the next person that's next to him. Benny said, how did Dillon Brooks break his hand? I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see that either, Benny. I think the broadcast or someone said that like it was when he shot the ball, and I think Wendell Carter Jr. hit his hand or something, and that's how he injured it, but I'm not sure. Joel said, we just need to keep playing. I think we good. Yeah, I agree with you, Joel. I just think that this team is probably going to be like 500 for the last 20 plus games that we're going to see. Lacey said, Fleming shoots a lot in comparison to his minutes. Low-key, I have not been keeping up with his shot, like how many shots he's been shooting. I'll definitely look into that now. Muhammad said, our next game is against the Celtics. We are cooked. I'm not going to lie, guys. I feel like the Suns always get cooked by the Celtics. Like, I have this vivid memory of the Suns playing the Celtics, like, in the morning. And I think this is when, like, Chris Paul, like, they were all together. And I think they were fully healthy. And the Suns just got blown out like crazy. And I feel like ever since then, like, the Suns just get blown out by them like nothing. And that's mostly because the Celtics shoot so many threes. And the Suns during that time, like, we were just midi guys. We just shot nothing but twos. And it's hard to keep up with the team that shoots nothing but threes when you're only shooting middies. I wish the Suns would retire CP3's jersey. He deserves it. Yeah, can someone look that up? When was the last time the Suns beat the Celtics? I don't even know that. Let's see. When was the last time The Suns beat the Celtics. Dun 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 dun. It's not telling me on here. Give me a second, guys. Dun 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 dun. It was probably like 2021 or 2022, like when this team was really good. Huh? The Suns beat the Celtics in 2023. Huh? I don't remember that game at all. Do you guys remember that game? Nate said, "You think we're gonna win tomorrow?" I saw that injury list today. I really doubt it. I feel like maybe, I don't know, the Suns this season, every time they list somebody questionable, it feels like they always say like, boom, they're out like an hour before the game. So I'm just gonna assume that Grayson Allen is out for tomorrow. Do you think that Royce O'Neal is better than Jordan Goodwin? Benny, that's a really good question. I have never thought about that. But I think I would easily say Jordan Goodwin. Like, Jordan Goodwin has been amazing in making extra possessions for the Suns. Like, I think against the Magic, I think it was the ending of that third quarter where he just got that steal, went to the corner, and made a three. Like, when is Royce going to do that for us, you know? And Royce is like, he's aging. He's getting worse. Like, I would just trade Royce and like re-sign Goodwin. Yeah, Goody has been hitting those threes when we need it. What's up, Daisy Jones? What's up, Anthony? I think we are playing with all these injuries. I agree. It's just too many injuries. I'm telling you guys, I feel like a jinx because every time I talk about the Suns, I'm always like, once this team is fully healthy, we're going to go on a run. We're going to be the 5th seed. And then, boom, someone always gets hurt. And I've been saying that for like the past 3-4 videos that I've uploaded on YouTube. Like, I'm always like, oh, we're going to go on a run. We're going to go on a run. And then, boom, someone gets hurt. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna look up this Celtics versus Suns games. Like, I really want to know who was playing in that game. I don't remember that game at all. Suns versus Celtics. Let me see. February 2023. Okay, I found the game. Is this 2023? Dang, I feel old. I legit... Huh. So let me name the roster that the Suns beat the Celtics with. We still had Dario Saric. We still had Torrey Craig, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, Chris Paul, Ish Wainwright, Jock Landale, Sabian Lee, and Damian Lee. That's just like a crazy amount of names. Like, I can't believe this was all in 2023. I do not remember this at all. Who scored the most points in this game? Okay, guys, I want you to guess who scored the most game. Who scored most in this game? Guess, guys. Nah, Muhammad. Booker didn't play in this game. Not Chris Paul. I really thought Sabian Lee was going to be, like, the point guard of the future for this team. No Damian Lee. No Cam. No, not Dario Saric. It's crazy how this guy's name hasn't been mentioned yet. Not Aiden either. Not Ish. Yeah, Joseph, it was Bridges. Bridges is crazy. He scored 25 points in this game. He was 9 for 20 from the field. And he was like a negative 10 during this game. In a game where the Suns won by, let me see, quick math, 12 points. Yeah, Joseph, I miss Mikal too. But it's crazy how much like the Knicks fans have like gone after him, you know? They just like really don't like that guy with a passion. I was gonna make a video about Dillon Brooks and Mikal Bridges this year, but like I just never had time to make it. And I'll talk about it with you guys now. Like, do you guys think during that like finals run, that contender run for the Suns, do you think that team would have been Mikal Bridges? I just want to see what you guys think real quick. Because for me, I do think if the Suns had Dillon Brooks at that time, it would have made them more dangerous. Just because I feel like that team was missing one more dog. I know we had Jay Crowder, Chris Paul, but we needed somebody else that like was just like a dog mentally, you know? And I think Dillon Brooks would have done that for the Suns. And plus, we can't forget that Mikal Bridges, like, he's good, but he doesn't look to create for himself. Like, he only shoots when he, like, you know, when he's feeling it. Dillon Brooks, like, you never have to question if that man's going to shoot. Like, he's going to shoot. And I just think he would have made that team way better, more dangerous. Lacey said, trade back for Mikal. I don't even know what the Knicks would want from Mikal. They would probably want Dillon Brooks, to be honest. Ayan said, Suns got absolutely no depth right now. They really don't, but I'm happy about that because we get to see how our rookies play with like actual minutes in a real game. Like, I'm really happy Malawach got minutes in that game, but I think it was just a special circumstance. I just think that the Suns were like, we're not going to play Mark Williams too much, and we don't want to depend on Oso too much. He just played 2 OTs, so they threw Malawach in there to make sure like everybody got some minutes, you know? Scott said, we good, bro. Just trade Grayson and Royce's contract in the offseason so we can sign Gillespie. I think the Suns will have a good chance of signing Gillespie, and I think the Suns will want to keep Grayson. I think the only person that's like really for sure going to get traded this season has to be Royce. I just feel like this team doesn't really need him. Like, of course, we need him for his three-point shooting. But I just feel like Royce, you know, Goodwin could take his spot. And, like, the Suns will probably still be fine. That's not something I'm really confident in saying just because Royce has been an important three-point shooter for the Suns. Ever since those games before All-Star break, they've been bad and slacking. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I forget how many games they're like being pretty bad, but they were pretty bad. But I think mostly that was just because most of this team was unhealthy, and we were all just depending on the Suns to be healthy when they came back. But they have not been healthy, guys. It's tough out here. Who we versus tomorrow? I forgot. We're playing the Celtics tomorrow. Do you think it's too early for Rasheer to start? That's a good question, Hunter. For me, I low-key thought the Suns were gonna start Rasheer like as soon as like Dillon Brooks was like out for some reason. I just had this feeling like, oh yeah, they're gonna play Rasheer Fleming and put him as a starter. Just because the Suns like starting lineup is really small, like it's crazy. Scott said he should honestly start tomorrow. Huh. I think the Suns starters tomorrow are going to be Colin, Jalen Green, Royce, Dunn, Mark Williams. And it's crazy because the tallest guy in that lineup is Ryan Dunn, and he's like, what, 6'7"? Who else is like tall on this team? Malawach, but they don't trust Malawach yet. Yeah, honestly, like at some point they just need to put out like a big lineup out there, like put Rasheer Fleming out there. Oh, Joseph, I just meant like the fours, not like centers. But I don't think Mark is the tallest. I think it's Malawach, isn't it? I feel like Malawach beats him by like 1 inch. Yeah, it sucks. I just don't think they would start. I just don't think they would start Rasheer Fleming yet. Like the one thing the Suns have shown all season is that they don't trust the rookies yet. Well, they just don't trust Malawach. Like they have given Fleming more consistent minutes than Malawach this season. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Hunter said, imagine a lineup who were healthy of Book, Green, Rasheer, Oso, Malawach. It would be fun. That would be fun. Man, I'm telling you guys, I've been wanting that Oso at the 4 and Malawach lineup since Summer League. Like I wanted that to be something that was consistently done this season. But they haven't been giving that lineup a chance this season. I think they did do it in Portland, and I think it went fine. But who knows if they're going to keep doing that. Tatum said, I don't think Oso is that good, if I'm being honest. Dang, Tatum, I can't believe you. Oso is like one of my favorite players on this team. The betrayal. I felt that. Nah, but I just feel like Oso is really important to the Suns, like, passing. Like immediately when Jalen Green came back, like, those two had chemistry already. And that's why I just think Oso is important. Like, he's always finding a guy and, like, getting them involved in the offense. Like, how can we forget, like, that poster dunk that Rasheer Fleming got on Jaren Jackson Jr. off a pass from Oso. And then there's, like, those, like, screens that Oso sets up for Jalen Green to get to the rim. I just feel like, you know, Oso has been really important for the Suns off the bench, especially for offensive reasons. Nate said, you think we would be better if Mikal came back? Let me think. If the Suns traded for Mikal, they would have to give up Dillon Brooks, I think. Just because he's one of the bigger salaries on this team. And the Knicks obviously want a defensive guy on that team. So we would have to give up Dillon Brooks. And honestly, I just think the Suns would be worse in that type of situation. Like, Mikal's good, but he's just not the type of guy that, like, goes out of his way to create for himself and consistently shoot like Dillon Brooks is. Like, we all get annoyed with Dillon Brooks shooting, but it's important to have somebody that will just go out there and get buckets sometimes, you know? And Mikal isn't that anymore. And Mikal doesn't do that. And then plus, like, Mikal hasn't been the same defender since he's left Phoenix. So I just think Dillon Brooks overall is better. But I have seen some stats that are saying, like, Dillon Brooks has been he's, like, one of the most blown by players. So players are, like, basically blowing by him like nothing. Dun, 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 dun. Hunter, Oso, and Collins' two-man game is so tough. It really is tough. Like, someone needs to put out, like, a highlight package of those two, just, like, all their highlights this season, because they've been that good this season. Like, I'm down to rewatch, like, 5 minutes of them just balling up and passing together. Like, it's so good. Lacey said, Dillon Brooks has not been that great on defense, to be honest. Honestly, I just feel like he's been solid. There's been some moments where, like, he's cost the Suns some games because of his defense. From the top of my head, I think it was the Lakers game where he fouled somebody and it led to like the Lakers winning in the end, right? I feel like it was that game. I'm not sure. I think this is it for me, guys. I am gonna upload this on YouTube, so if you guys want to go watch that video tomorrow in the morning, that would be really awesome. It'll help the views. I really appreciate you guys for hopping on this live. I know I talked like really quick in the beginning and I chilled down a little bit after, but this is like only my second live, so I'm gonna try my best to be better at this. I want to keep doing these lives just to talk to you guys. Like, I really enjoy talking hoops with you guys. I appreciate the support. Thanks for liking my videos. Shout out to you guys, for real. Bye-bye.
But that's it for me today, guys. If you guys like this video, drop some comments down below, like the video, subscribe. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys next time.